Well, it's the biggest revamp exercise by Narendra Modi since his government assumed power in May. As many as 20 new faces are expected to be inducted into the Union Council of Ministers today. These include leaders like Manohar Parrikar, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi and Rajiv Pratap Rudy. Parrikar appears all set to enter the elusive triumvirate of Home, Finance and Defence. The former Goa Chief Minister is expected to take over the defence portfolio currently held as an additional charge by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. The swearing in of the new ministers will take place at 1:30 today at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and this is to be preceded by tea party, another possible chai pe charcha at Prime Minister's residence for the newcomers. The current strength of the Council of Ministers is 45, 23 of cabinet rank, including the Prime Minister, and 22 ministers of state. Out of these 22 MOS, 10 hold independent charge. Now, the delay in firming up an arrangement for the Shiv Sena to join the Maharashtra Council of Ministers appears to have made uncertain the likelihood of party nominee Anil Desai, a Rajya Sabha MP, joining the cabinet. Union Minister Anand Gite, a Shiv Sena leader, was tipped to meet the Prime Minister on Saturday but could not keep the appointment, apparently on instructions of Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray. Today's swearing in will take place at 1:30 at the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
सूचना आई जो तो सबको पता है ना आप लोगों को।
क्या कहा गया?
2 प्रोग्राम है मोदी जी के घर पे, सुबह चाय पीनी, उसके बाद शपथ ग्रहण। मन सब विभागों में है, कोई भी विभाग वो देंगे उसको जिम्मेदारी से निभाएंगे।
मैं कभी अपने लिए नहीं लड़ा, बस जैसा है जैसे जनता के लिए हमारी ड्यूटी में शामिल है। हम राजनीतिक क्षेत्र में पब्लिक के हितों के लिए लड़ना और उनकी आवाज़ उठाना और उन्हें न्याय दिलाना, यही हमारा फ़र्ज़ है और वो हमने किया है। बस मैं तो ये कह सकता हूँ कि जो विश्वास पार्टी ने या हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी हम पे कर रहे हैं, मैं उनके विश्वास के ऊपर खरा उतर के दिखाऊंगा।
यह माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मुझे बुलाया है, 10 बजे मैं जाऊंगा। ऐसा है कि अभी तो उन्होंने बुलाया है, अब बुलाने के बाद क्या होता है ये तो मुझे नहीं पता। हाँ, देखिए
ऐसे प्रधान। All right, now joining me right now is my colleague Brijesh Pandey. He is joining me from 7 RCR. Gaurav Sawant joining me from Vijay Chowk. If I could come to you, Brijesh, first. Now, we are expecting all the new inductees to get together to have tea with the Prime Minister. Is that correct? That will happen at 10 o'clock, right?
Well, yes, Sana. All the new inductees who are supposed to be sworn in as the ministers in Narendra Modi cabinet, they will arrive at the 7 RCR where I'm standing right now at around 10 a.m. And after having tea with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I think the meeting will last for close to 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And after that, the Prime Minister has a program. Prime Minister will go to Vigyan Bhavan and then he will come back to 7 Racecourse Road. The swearing in is expected at around 1:30 at Rashtrapati Bhavan, where then we will come to know of the portfolios allocated to most of these new inductee minister. The only portfolio we are reasonably sure is the defence going to Manohar Parrikar, who will make it to the top 3 of the Narendra Modi cabinet. Sana?
Absolutely. Now, Gaurav, the suspense still remains on who will be these new inductees. As Brijesh was pointing out, we can be a tad bit sure about Manohar Parrikar at this point, but are we expecting the Prime Minister to reflect his policy of minimum government and maximum governance when he, comes out with that list of new faces today for his new cabinet?
This is going to be a blend of absolute politics and absolute governance. That's the way it's being looked at, as Manohar Parrikar is expected to address the critical hollowness in the armed forces. A full-time defence minister is what Ministry of Defence needed right from the beginning. In fact, from what sources in the government tell us, that Manohar Parrikar was the Prime Minister's choice right from May itself, but he wanted more time to settle things in Goa, get his successor and then decide to move to Delhi. Defence Ministry extremely crucial. Arun Jaitley, of course, has his hands full even in the finance ministry. So he's expected to get a junior in the finance ministry, and Jayant Sinha is likely to be one of the candidates there. When we talk about politics here, Sana, what we are also talking about, the states that go to elections, they are getting representation. There's representation from Bihar, there's representation from Bengal, there's representation from Jharkhand, there's representation from Uttar Pradesh. Of course, Rajasthan's already been to polls, but there's representation from Rajasthan that's coming in the face of new faces. Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore is expected to be from there. If we were to talk about Hamirpur, young faces coming into the ministry. Anurag Thakur is one of those. If we were to talk about Haryana, it has a non-Jat chief minister. So Jat representation in the cabinet is something that we are likely to see later today. So there's a blend of politics and governance that we will see in the cabinet expansion.
Absolutely. That seems to be the way things are going as far as the names are concerned, what we've been putting out. But of course, that final list we'll know at 1:30 when that swearing in will be taking place. Gaurav Sawant and Brajesh, thanks so much for joining us with those inputs.